Okay, a question on TV versus streaming platforms. Back in my day, it was DVD, and today I have no problem, obviously, watching a long movie, 2 hours long. With your generation, are there any challenges in watching long content, or do you guys prefer your short?
We do watch long content. We definitely do, but not TV, streaming platforms. I feel like if I'm talking to an older person, they would definitely say TV. And if I'm talking to someone my age, they definitely say streaming platforms, because streaming platform is more advanced and it has more variety of options. And I feel like if you ask anyone my age, they'd say streaming platforms. But there's a difference between TV and smart TV. So some people might say smart TV, which is like Apple and Netflix and YouTube with all that stuff. So I do think we would pick streaming platforms because it just has variety of options. But the only bad thing about streaming platforms is that I feel like it has a lot of ads. That's the only thing I'd say.
Where does YouTube come into play?
YouTube, I'm someone that I don't watch YouTube. I only watch YouTube when I'm like watching a vlog or sometime a podcast episode or
The Mo Show.
The Mo Show. Yeah, I was watching it with my iPad when
Wouldn't
I
hurt to say it.
Yeah. So TV, not TV, streaming.
Streaming. Do you know when I was your age, if we missed it on TV, it's gone forever?
Oh yeah, my mom used to say that at this specific time, all her siblings are sitting down, getting ready to watch. I don't know what they were watching, honestly, but.
Tash matash. But I mean, it's just one of the beautiful things about tech. I know when you overuse it, or it can obviously have a dark side to it, but for me, like Google Maps is one of the most beautiful things about the world we live in today.
My mom
back in the day, we're flipping
A3
pages of, and we're like trying to figure out how to.
Actually?
Oh yeah. Or what we'd actually do is, when the internet started, we'd go on, I guess it was Google, or one of the famous apps that went into a website. One of the famous map companies that became a website. Anyway, you say from point this to point that, and it'll give you 20 bullet point instructions. You print it, and then you take it with you on your journey.
So I'm saying you use actual maps.
That was late 90s. And then with the emergence of the internet, late 90s, actual maps. No, I remember that like yesterday.
So you're that old?
Thank you very much. Yeah, I mean, I'm 41 in October, but like, who's counting?
Okay, 41 is not that old.
I don't think I'm that old. I think this technology is just that new. I mean, we're only 20 years of real internet.
For me, I didn't expect it to be like that.
Because you were born in it.
Born in
yes.
A technology. Like now people, 4-year-olds are using YouTube and iPads and stuff.
Trust me, I know.
Yeah, I did not think it was that early. I thought it was like 70s, 18s, not 90s.
No, 90s. So my
mom
generation.
said that she's not that old.
She probably isn't. But her generation and my generation, فضحت الدنيا. Her generation and my generation are the last to have experienced the before and after. And it's so cute how you were born into the generation where the tech was there. I think the first iPhone came out in 2010, if I'm not mistaken.
So when you were like born, there were no phones.
When I was born, you have a house. This is great conversation.
So in this phone, you can only call. You can't watch anything. Yeah, the house phone, right?
You're serious, right?
Yeah, no,
I don't know if you're like making fun of me or.
No. I know that this is true, but I didn't think it was in the 90s.
Okay, so I was born in 1983. Okay, and up until 2000, we had two types of phones. A phone that kind of looked like this.
Yeah, I know how that looks.
In your living room,
and
you pick it up and you had it, you put it down. And my dad had a phone in the car.
Is it one of those small phones with the numbers that are like?
Yeah, it's planted there and has an antenna in the back of the car and you can reach him. And it wasn't very trustworthy. Sometimes it rings, sometimes it doesn't. But some people had phone cars. So that went up until 2000. At around 98, 2000, the first phones went into the market by a company called Nokia.
Yeah, Nokia.
Nokia. The screen.
I know, it's very. My mom has like this big drawer in her room with all the old phones. I'm like, how do you used to use this?
That was the size of the screen.
Yeah, and you can't do anything with that. What are you going to do with that?
You can see the numbers that you press on the dial pad.
That's it.
Yeah. And then with time, flip phone came out, and then other phones, and then Motorola jumped into the mix.
Did you ever use an iPod?
When it just came out in 2001 or 2, that was for the first time where we stopped using CDs. And CDs, I don't know if you know what a CD is.
Yeah, I know it. I'm not that dumb.
No, not that dumb, but I wouldn't imagine that you would use what a CD is.
We kind of use it when my brother had a PS4 and like he wanted games, we used it there.
Of course, it's still used in,
Yeah,
which is surprising actually that it's still being used. And before CDs, we had tapes
Yeah, I know it. It's like,
for audio.
yeah.
And then we had VHSs, which were really big. But anyway, that was CD. So in 2010, if I'm not mistaken, we'll check. I don't think I'm too far off. Was the first iPhone. That was the game changer. That was a bet that Nokia didn't make. They said that people don't want their computer in their pocket. They want their laptop at home. So a smartphone or a phone that can act like a computer is not what the consumer wants. So they got it totally wrong. And
Yeah.
that was the beginning of the end of Nokia. They're still active, but they're probably 99% down.
Yeah.
And iPhone came in 2010 and it changed the
over.
game. It changed the game.
Yeah.
Instagram, I think, came in 2012. And Facebook bought it for $1 billion 2 years later. It's probably worth 30 or 40 billion today. And who would have thought that a picture sharing app has become shopping? Has become, if you're not on it as a big or small business, you're nowhere. So that's just a quick, brief history lesson of the evolution of the tech from what I witnessed in my life. So, as I was saying, tech,
You know, I
maps.
want
Oh, that's where we were,
yeah.
maps. Yeah.
I want to live in a world where there is no technology. For some reason, I have dreams about this. I want to live in the 19s, 18s, like in the old days. I just want to see how it is, like with kids playing outside instead of with their iPads all day. I feel like it was so fun. Like I feel like when you were kids, you would create games and you would like play outside in the nature. I feel like it's very nice, and I really want to like experience that. I feel like it's really nice. Do you feel like it is like when you were?
It was definitely amazing. When we'd say that after school on Wednesday at 8 p.m. it was actually Pizza Hut. Pizza Hut is where we would meet, and today they're one of the supporters of the show. When we say 7 p.m. Pizza Hut Tahliya, everyone is there at 7 p.m. Everyone was on time. And I think over time with technology, people have become less punctual and not present even when they do show up. So I think that's the most part I miss about the technology not being there. But you know how you can use tech for good and bad, right?
Yeah, there are cons and pros.
There are cons and pros.
Everything in life.
But you can't put a price today on if I am somewhere in the world, anywhere in the world, and I love cars, and I see, you know, one of my favorite cars in the world, take a picture of it and put it on my car group or send it to people who I know would enjoy seeing this rare car. So to capture a moment wherever you are in the world and send a picture in 4K quality now, you can't put a price on that.
Yeah.
Like, so when used without it using you, I think technology is a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
But you're right, there was definitely a lot more outside play back in the day.
Yeah.
Yeah.